What's up, guys? It's King Daddy D-Mac, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. We're at the good old, what are these, Blaze Farm. Hopefully, the last time we will ever have to use it for a long time, because it has just driven me insane. But anyway, let's get up to level 50. Almost there. Nice. Alright, so man, I cannot wait until they get the update out, because I will not have to ever go up to level 50 again. But anyway, I've been really running through my axes here, so I thought I'd go ahead and get another. I want to get an efficiency, hopefully. We'll just make gathering all the materials for our ender farm that much easier. But I'll see you guys back in a moment. Wow, I'm really not going to miss this enchanting system. If for those of you that don't know, when the new update comes out, it's only going to go up to level 30. And as long as you have enough bookcases, and I think you only need, I almost think they only said half as many bookcases. No, maybe it was still you need 30 bookcases. I don't know. Anyway, it's only going to go up to level 30, and as long as you have the max bookcases, you'll get a level 30, I think, every single time. And it's been about 10 minutes, and I cannot get to level 50. So we're going to settle for 49. Cross your fingers. Yes, that is what I wanted. I guess I could have gotten efficiency 5, but compared to this one, I was using an unbreaking 3, and it was just not cutting it, pun intended. So, anyway, I've decided, after thinking about how big of a project this Ender Farm's gonna end up being, I am going to make it out of wood. Was not the first material of choice, but it's just gonna end up being the smarter one. I've also, it's kind of taken me a little bit longer than expected to get this episode out. But, I just still cannot decide on a freaking, on a design for it. I thought about how big of scale the ones that I had shown you in the last episode were, and they were just way too big. I mean, I could do it, but it would take me forever, because even in creative mode, they took quite a while to build. I came up with some more scaled down versions, which I'll show you. Actually, only one really scaled down version. And I guess we can always build in the future another one, but it's just I haven't got them exactly to how I want them yet. But we'll go through it, and I'll see what you guys think. I'll let you choose which one I do. Oop, wrong place. Wrong place. It's been a while since I actually went to my to-do list. I was getting a lot of comments about it to update it, which I haven't done in a while. So I think let's go through it and see how much of this stuff is actually old and what I still need to do. And for the next world download, I will definitely update it. But let's see, polish basement. I guess since I wrote that, I've done a lot to the basement down there, but there's still a lot more that I want to do. Zombie Crusher, we did not update yet. I have a better design in mind to build a house. Still haven't built a house, but we did do the Iron Golem farm. Potion Room, still need to do. Spider Eye Farm, still need to do. Find Stronghold, did that. And find Ender Portal, did that. So we can scratch those guys off the list. Want to build a Sky Farm, which we'll talk about more in a future episode. Still got to breed animals. Here, I brought over those animals back in the first episode, and we haven't done anything with them. I think that will be one of my next projects. Still got to adjust the slime farm and polish my mine up. Spawner traps, we got to do a silverfish farm. I did block off the silverfish farm. I'll show you guys that, but that's going to be far into the future, especially now with the new update how they're doing XP. It's now a linear system. It's no longer they just it goes on back to back. You don't have to get more levels per level that you go up. So that may be kind of a waste of time, but it's something before I end the LP. Build a museum, more pixel art. Again, going to be more towards the end of the LP once we've done a lot more stuff. We did build a semi-auto wheat farm with pistons. I do want to make a better one, but that's definitely scratched off the list. And expand base, make a square. That's what I think I was talking about. Right now it's a big rectangle. Eventually when we're done, I want this to be a perfect square, and that is going to take so long. I wish they brought sponges or something back into the game. But as you can see, this drops off pretty rapidly, and that is far. So I am not really sure how I'm going to do that. We'll figure something out, because it's going to get done, but it's going to suck. Alright, let's see. Build fast transport between islands. I remember we were for a while debating, should we do it by boat or by minecart? And here we did it by nether portal. Neither. We'll still do something with that, because I want to build some cool minecart systems. But for now, I think that's taken care of. Build nether base. Done. Let's see. Build blaze farm and wart farm in nether. Done. And we want to... I still got a lot more work to do in my nether base. And I also have yet to do a semi-auto wart farm. Need to get more glowstone and build an elevator. That I actually, and we'll go through very soon, I'll show you. I had an idea for that. But let's see. And now we are doing right now, we did the Ender Dragon. And now we are building the Enderman farm. So I'll take that down because by the next time we come up here, it will be done. Anywho, let's head over. I still got to gather some more materials, but let's see what I've actually got thus far. And I'm going to sleep real quick because I do not want to end up over there during the dark. Otherwise, we'll get a zombie siege. Alright. Alright, so when I was talking about the elevator, most of you probably know, but I haven't talked about it in a while. This has really pissed me off. We have our basement base, and over here this is where the old outdated tree farm and the hostile mob system with the sizzler is on this level. And this was my original portal when we came to the nether. That's kind of why I used this level. But then all of our other portals and base, you've got to go way the heck up here. Now, I was thinking of building originally an elevator going all the way up, but it's pretty high, and I'd probably end up doing a zipper elevator going up. But I then had the genius idea, and although it's not as much fun, I could just move this entire area here, move those portals, and put them at the same height as the other ones, and then there would be no need for an elevator. So it's not as much fun, and I don't know, probably about equal work, maybe even less work. However, it would put everything at the same level, and kind of still, it would still take longer with an elevator to get around. So let me know, because we'll still build an elevator somewhere else, but let me know what you think, whether I should do just move this whole thing up here, or put an elevator system in right there. Anyway, let's head over to the Iron Golem farm. Alright, so at the Iron Golem farm, and I've got a bunch of temporary stuff, like this tree farm here, and let's test out this new axe. God, I love it. Oh my god, this is so much quicker. It was like 2 or 3 hits per log. Now it's just 1. Oh, this is going to save me so much time. Anyway, you know what? I when I was talking about my other tree farm was dated, at least with this type of tree. What is this? Oak tree? Apple tree? Something like that. You can plant them now, back to back, as long as you use bone meal, which we have plenty of. And I actually had to plant them far apart because normally you get so many saplings from these things if you plant them, you know, if you just cut down the trees. You're just like, God, I wish I could burn them or do something with them. But when you plant them really close, you're able to pretty much, I was, like I said, I ran out of saplings and I had to start planting them farther apart so I wouldn't completely run out. And I'll show you guys that if you don't know about it. It's kind of an older change, I guess, around the time when they changed to anvil. But, alright, I'll stop cutting wood on screen. These trees, the birch, I wanted to do the ender farm out of the birch wood, but I don't know if it's going to be... It's going to take me a while to get enough, just because this is kind of the closest you can really plant them together, and they'll grow every time. You know, the advantages of birch is that you don't have to, like the oak, you got to put some type of level, 8 levels up, so that they don't grow into those enormous trees and end up being a huge time waster and cutting down. But, yeah. So, I don't know. I still haven't decided yet. I'll see how much I'm able to gather with this new axe. Plus, I hate when they grow up too high, and then I always forget to cut like that. But anyway, I'm going to cut this all down, and then we'll take a look at the resources I've got so far. Oh man, how I love to watch leaves disintegrate. Urgh. Anyway, let's check out some of the materials that I have, just so I can see how close I am to being able... By the way, this is becoming one of my favorite discs. See how close I am. Looks like iron we're going to have no problem. I'm going to probably end up having somewhere between 3 to 500. Need 3 to 500 sticky pistons, so it looks like we're going to be fine on iron, because we only need 1 iron per piston. Redstone, I forgot to go and check back. Slime, we're definitely going to be set. Let's just see, what else are we going to need? So yeah, the repeaters I'm a little worried about. But I think that we're going to be pretty dang close. I can't remember, it's been a while. Wood, we're getting close if I want to use this type of wood, because we're going to need thousands. But I think that we're pretty good there. If I want to use the birch, it's still going to take a while yet. Basically, the reason I chose wood is that each one of these piles is going to end up being 4 piles of planks. So like this 164 thing of wood logs is going to end up being 464s of planks. So I mean, it makes sense, not just for ease of harvesting, but also being able to carry all the stuff over. I'll be able to carry 1/4 or 3/4 less materials, because I'm not going to turn it into planks until I'm building, than vines. You're going to need a lot of vines. I didn't count the exact numbers, but going to need a lot. So all this harvesting has kept me pretty busy. Let's just dump some of this stuff we don't need. And yeah, I wanted to experiment just to make sure. Because the idea with the birch is, if I could only plant it and... I gotta get the bone meal. If I could only grow it like this... Oh, but I should do it without that up there. Yeah, so let's see how many bone meals it takes for me to get them to grow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, it's not growing. So, I guess kind of what you end up sacrificing for using a cooler color wood. I'm not sure if the jungle trees you can still plant side by side, how you used to. I tested it also with, I only had a few saplings of the pine, and it did not work with the pine either. But when you do it with, and this is what I'm talking about, out of all those trees, this is the only amount of saplings I have left. But with these guys, you can just first try pretty much. Let's see. You know, it's just the ideal wood if you're trying to harvest a lot every time, first click. On occasion, I got to do 2 clicks, but it's probably going to end up being the way we go. Let me know if you guys are really disgusted with that type of wood. Maybe I'll just tough it out and take my time harvesting the birch. But let's see, what else did I want to do over here? Yeah, so I'm just going to keep on harvesting this junk. I may not actually get, I'm going to start moving materials over, but I may not actually get to building the Ender Farm today, just because I want to know what you guys think. I don't want to waste my time working on a smaller version and then have everyone be disappointed that I was going to do some grandiose thing. So tell me what you think. And there's a couple other things that I had wanted to talk about, but let's see. Yeah, my SMP map that I was going on, I said I was going to share with you guys. I built quite a few things. In fact, I already built an Ender Farm over there. And unfortunately, about a week ago, some people, being a public server and a smaller one at that, ended up griefing the server to the point where it got shut down and the map was not backed up apparently. And yeah, all that work is lost. So it doesn't mean, you know, it's not keeping me from playing SMP. I was having a great time, and I guess all things have to come to an end and be reborn, start afresh. So once I decide what I'm going to be doing with that, I will absolutely do some more SMP stuff. But unfortunately, I can't show you what I did because it's gone. In the updates, also, another thing that I want to get going on very soon is the villager trading. We are definitely going to have to set up some type of intense trading post. I'll probably end up doing it here because I wasn't sure what I was going to do here. And this Iron Golem farm isn't our final one. Eventually, I want to build a bigger one and better one over at the basement. This was kind of our test subject. But I think here I'm going to want to build just massive stalls of villagers, and we can have our little trading post there. So depending on when the update comes out, I'm not sure. I guess it could come out as soon as this week. I don't know if they actually announced the date. People had said they might have done it for Notch's birthday, but I think his birthday has already come and gone. So I really don't know. But yeah, I want to get to that very soon. Let's see. Other stuff, people pointed out some places where diamonds are that I missed, as well as some cool spawners. I guess we have a spider spawner right below our basement base, so we'll get to that eventually. But thank you very much, guys, for pointing that out. People have been asking every single episode, what is your seed? What is the seed? What is the seed? Well, guys, I put the seed for my world, if you don't know, on my YouTube channel's wall, as well as the 100 times that I press F3 right there in the top left-hand corner. There is my seed right there, that long string of numbers. Also, you're able to get it off my world download, which also brings me to a lot of people have issues with getting my world download to work. A lot of that is because I use WinRAR to zip it, and I haven't gotten around to figuring out another zipping software. When we, eventually I'll get to it, but for now you have to use WinRAR to unzip it, I believe. Which means for most of you that use Macs, I've heard you may not be able to get my world download, but you can always ask a friend to rezip it, and all those downloading places are free, and eventually I'll get around to it, to getting it fixed so that I'm not just using WinRAR. People have asked why I'm not exploring more. Why am I confining myself to such a small area? Part of that is because already I've hurt myself in coming to this desert. We probably would have had one of those cool new desert strongholds or fortresses or whatever. Not going to have that here, because once you've gone and generated part of the world, it is, you're not going to get it. You have to explore even further. And with all the updates that have been going on, especially with these big ones that are about to happen, the last thing I want to do is generate more world that then won't get to be part of that update. Already also, villages are different. Like, I don't have in my village a blacksmith, and stuff like that, and that's because we found the village before those updates had come out. And I'm just kind of afraid to explore that far. Once the updates are out, however, we will go exploring and find all that cool new stuff, no matter how far we have to go. And hopefully we won't miss out on any other big updates in the future. But I guess that's kind of what you got to sacrifice in, you know, in Minecraft, is the constant changes. And I think that's about it. People were telling me about the pistons getting stuck. I'm not going to get too much into that, but thank you everyone for your help. I found a couple of ideas on how to fix it, and one, I guess, small thing people were saying is you can just set your repeaters to 2 ticks instead of 1, just like that, and that may fix it. And I think that's about it for stuff that I'm going to go over. So anyway, I'm just going to keep on harvesting stuff, and I want to go jump into creative just to show you some other new farms that I came up with. And I know this has been a pretty rambly episode thus far, and it's probably going to be kind of short. But we will, I promise, once you guys let me know what you think, absolutely get that ender farm done. Alright, so here we are, back in creative mode. Let's take a look at this bad boy. It's another one that I built. This one might be my favorite that I built, just because I feel like it's pretty unique. It's not just a straight barrel design. It kind of makes like a plus sign. It's obviously very... not quite actually nearly as many spawnable spots, but a lot of blocks. And this is my favorite part, is looking down on it, which of course in survival mode you would never really get to see this look of it, but it looks kind of like a flower, or I don't even know, but it's really cool looking. I like it a lot. It's a possibility I could build this one. It's not nearly as efficient. It doesn't get the rates as quick just because it doesn't have nearly as many spawnable places. Each level, once it gets up to this, you see for a while it sucks in, but once I get to this sort of uniform level, I believe it has 40 spawnable spots per level. But yeah, it's a possibility. So let me know what you think about this. It kind of goes like this in. I can't put any... if I made it go out more, I could, but since it's only the 4 blocks there, I can't put spawning pads on the corner. And then right here is where it starts to suck in. See, it's flush going all the way up, but then here it starts to slowly push them over until you get to this central area. And there still are guys taking damage. I get in kind of a catch-22 spot here. Ideally, if I have it like this, the guys will never get bottlenecked up, but on occasion they take damage and coming down. If I go like this, they end up sometimes getting stuck on the sides, and they still do take damage sometimes, but it seems like that's the better way to do it. And so what? I lose a couple. It's better than getting too many of them stuck there. And then, of course, it goes into that central area. Boom. So it's a decent design. Going to be a lot of work and probably wasn't the first choice, but I wanted to show you because it's probably the favorite one, my favorite one that I've built. Alright. So, let's move on to the next one. And this is, by the way, what it looks like of wood. This wood here is the, oh man, you can tell it's getting late as I get slower and slower talking. This is the birch wood. And I liked how that looked. I think it looks pretty good. But, again, this is a massive amount of materials, massive amount of wood. The pistons I'm not as worried about because we have so much iron, but yeah, it's pretty big. Alright, let's take a look at the next one. Alright, this is probably going to end up being the one that I build. It's pretty simple. The entire thing is only 2 things wide for falling area, and it slowly gets its way up one by one. Not as many, well, actually a decent number of spawning spots. The only problem that I was having, let's go up to the top. And see, once it gets to here, it's just like the Doc M or whatever that other guy's one is. So fairly simple, really easy to build. Well, easier to build and going through. And that's the big thing about this, is just the simplicity for survival. It's just so much easier to do. And then as you get down, it slowly goes, and see, I don't have it in the corners, and you're able to easily do that with this design when you're not branching too far out in the sides. Just goes one by one down. Now, I was getting quite a few guys taking damage from falling, and I came to realize that it was due to this. I'm still kind of stuck between, I'm able to get a lot more spawnable spots by having this open, but guys will fall down from above, and there's no way I can avoid this. See, just like that. And somehow they're able to catch the side there, and they take damage in falling. So I'm able to gain a bunch of spawning spots, but I'd say about 25% of them that fall down end up hitting the sides here. I don't think that has to do with the vines, but it could be, but I kind of need those too. See, there was another one that fell down, took that. So again, I'm able to avoid that by just not having these side platforms, but again, I'm losing probably at least 100 spawnable spots. So I'm still, it really needs more testing, and that's again why I've been kind of hesitant on building this yet, because it's such a big project, and I still feel like I'm not quite there yet on knowing what I need to do to make it work properly and really be worth the time that I'm putting in. Again, I'm thinking this will probably, this would probably be the easiest to do, but I'm really open to whatever you guys want. This one is not quite as unique as the other. I do like the other better, but this would be probably the least amount of work and resources, I think. So let me know about that, what you guys would like me to do. And again, there's still the other ones that I showed in the last video. So if there's one that kind of jumps out at you more, I'll build that. This will probably, again, be the one, if everyone's indifferent, that I build. But let me know. So, and I still see having the 2x2 platform. You're sacrificing a lot. There's the convenience of being able to kill them quickly, but you just have to build such a massive system to get it perfect and get the rates perfect, because the biggest spawning spots are going to be the closer they are to you, and as you get further and further away to the higher ones where I have a lot of available spawning space, lesser spawning, plus they're despawning sometimes as soon as they spawn. So it's just, you end up doing a lot of building for very few amount of Endermen. Plus, the higher they are up, the more likely they are to take falling damage somewhere on the way down. So really, if you're able to build a platform as low as possible, the more spawning space, really the better off you are. But then again, you have to deal with, well, then you can't have that 2x2 platform. So I definitely want to do it like this, but it's just a trade-off, and I can see why a lot of people don't go for this design. It's a lot of work for not as big of a payoff, more of a convenience factor. So anyway, I think I'm going to leave the video off there, and I will keep on mining my resources for this project, and we'll get to it. Hopefully, if I get this video out ASAP, we can hopefully have the Ender Farm either done or at least started by this weekend. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to let me know what you think. And yeah, peace out.